Before you finalize that ticket, before you set that roster, you need the edge. Welcome to the 1 hour window that separates the winners from the losers. We're diving deep into the spreads, the over-unders, the value plays, and the sleepers you must start. Stop guessing and start winning. This is the Gridiron Gurus, providing the ultimate NFL advantage exclusively on the Empty the Bench Network.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is 11 o'clock, and we are here for our show, like normal. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday in terms of the Saturday games. Me and Michael sure did, because that was both games were great. The bigger one for us was, of course, I always want to say Bears, the Packers and Ravens game, because with that, with the Ravens beating the Packers, the Bears did clinch the NFC North. They won the NFC North, and it feels awesome to say that. You know, I mean, I'm always wearing my Caleb Williams jersey on Sundays. It's kind of a little sad that we have to wait until tonight to watch the Bears play. But there's some interesting stuff. George Kittle might not play.
Highly unlikely for George Kittle.
But also, it did say he wants to work out. So, you know, even though it's highly unlikely, he might not. He is gonna try. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a good idea, because I mean, you've already said that it's highly unlikely, so I wouldn't play him. But he wants to try, and he's one of those, you know, players that is just always wanted to be on the field. But remember to follow our YouTube channel at ETB Network, and follow the football forecast at TFB Forecast ETB. So let's get into this today. Starting with who's in and who's out. I will admit, the sickness is going around the whole league. Adam Schefter reported a short list of inactives and actives. Let me pull up his Twitter right now so I can read that. Let's see. Okay, so actives today include T-Mac, Marvin Harrison Jr., Harold Fannin, Sauce Gardner, which he's been out for the last couple weeks, Travion Henderson, Demario Douglas, Chris Olave, and Dylan Sampson. Inactives include Tua Tagovailoa, Dylan Gabriel, and Sterling Shepard. I am kind of a little bothered that there isn't that long list of who's out today, because it is kind of important, for those who are trying to get into the playoffs still, because there are a few out there. But the Colts actually have been eliminated from playoff contention after the Texans win yesterday, which they started out really hot. So that kind of sucks for them. But, also...
I mean, that just sucks for Phillip.
That's true.
Because, he came out of retirement to hopefully get them to the playoffs. Like, obviously, with you're not gonna win a Super Bowl with Phillip, but like you can make it to the playoffs with him
Oh
for
yeah,
like 5 games if you have him for 4 or 5 games.
but
So
also here's what also sucks. The the Colts gave up 2 first round draft picks for Sauce Gardner, and have gotten 1 game out of him since trading for him.
now
Right?
two, now two.
Well, now too with him being active for this game, but still, I mean, I think that's insane that you've gotten, you know, you gave up 2 first round draft picks for a player that is definitely worth that. I am not saying he's not worth that, but when you think about the magnitude of both those draft picks,
I
that's
mean, they'll still be like mid-teens, so like it's not the mid-teens are like your ones where you'll either really hit or you're really really wrong.
just just
So
taking
it's
a chance on somebody.
and like if you look at the Colts roster, they don't really need a certain position per se, besides like safety maybe.
I'm gonna say it. I mean, depending on if Daniel Jones comes back, they might need a quarterback.
Yeah, Daniel Jones will be back. You could still try out AR when he.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna say that I wouldn't.
I would try him out still personally, but that's up to them. Obviously Daniel Jones outplayed him, so in practices, what the Colts saw, and they knew something because Daniel Jones was playing at an MVP caliber type player
Mm-hmm.
before he spiraled after week 9. I think he started playing bad again. So, but yeah, they don't need a wide receiver. They don't really need anyone on offense because they got Tyler Warren at tight end. They got a good old line. So they have Jonathan Taylor. Like you don't need a running back. They don't really need a wide receiver. It's more like it's more their defense. They don't really need a linebacker. They could use a safety. They could use another corner. But like
What
you could
about
hit those in the second, third round though.
what about defensive tackle? With how old is DeForest Buckner?
30s. So like they could
He's
use
getting
them,
there.
but like they could go like they got the weapons to go deep in the playoffs, as we saw earlier this season.
Yeah, that's true. But it's too bad they got kicked out.
Yeah, but that was all because Daniel Jones got injured. Like I
Yeah.
think Daniel Jones doesn't get injured. They have a fight against the Niners. They have a fight against who'd they play before that?
Uh. Oh God, who was it? Uh. Well, I'm blanking.
So
Uh.
am I. But yeah, they have a fight if Daniel Jones doesn't get injured.
No, I
That's all I'm
agree with
saying.
you. And honestly, Shane Steichen, with the start that he had this year, definitely saved his job.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now he has to, back it up next year, but he's at least got 1 more year. He's
Yeah,
got 1 more year because of the beginning of this year. And
yeah,
if you honestly do keep Daniel Jones around, I think you did save your job for a good amount of time. But you have to make sure that Daniel Jones plays to the level of what he was playing this year, the beginning of this year. But that also depends on how his recovery goes. But let's recap. Let's actually recap the games from yesterday. So should we start with the Texans and Chargers, or do we
yeah. That
want?
was the first game.
Yeah, we should, that should be flipped.
Okay, I'm gonna say this too. The Christmas games, terrible.
I agree.
I
I
don't even
agree.
want to recap them. The
I mean,
Lions
there's no
played
reason
awful.
to.
The Lions played awful. Broncos and Chiefs both played terrible.
I
And
didn't
then
even watch. I didn't even watch the first game. What was the first game? First game was I'm looking on my phone
Yeah, so am I.
The first game was Dallas and Command and Washington. I mean that the game was high scoring, but
Dallas had 2 big injuries.
Yeah, I will admit,
Javonte and Fergie both got injured. I don't know what their status is right now, but they both got injured during that game.
and honestly, I have to say this: the Vikings holding the Lions to 10 points. Round of applause for you guys.
The Lions just played terrible. Like
They
it
did.
was just bad. It was
They
bad
did.
football. And like the Chiefs Broncos, bad football. Yeah, the Broncos end up winning, but by what?
7. And it was a last minute touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're not going to recap those, but we did. I mean, the scores were: the Cowboys won 30-23. The Vikings won 23-10 against the Lions. The Broncos won 20-13 off a last minute touchdown. The Chargers or the Texans won 20-16, and the Ravens beat the Packers 41-24 off of a monster game by King Henry
he must have been a
himself.
Bears fan, I think.
What?
He had to grow up a Bears fan, I think.
Maybe. I mean, I think that's just the Bears fan bias coming from you and me. But so to put into context here, so in one of my fantasy leagues, I'm in the Super Bowl right now, and my opponent 9 times out of 10 takes Derrick Henry. He didn't this year. He took Jahmyr Gibbs with his first overall draft pick, which was 4th. So maybe he thought that take Derrick Henry at 4 is a little early, but he has a 7-point lead on me right now because I had Tyler Loop last night and he got me 10 points.
I said he'll get you 12 in our podcast.
Yeah, you were close, man. You were close. Yeah, I'm double checking that he got me 10. He got me 11. He got me 11. So you were
so close.
1 point off. But if my opponent had taken Derrick Henry instead of Jahmyr Gibbs, I mean, he would have had like a 30-point lead on me, and I'm gonna say it, I would have lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, normal PPR, Derrick Henry had 45. So
and to put into context, this is a league that's 25 yards as a point.
Yeah,
and
standard rules.
And touchdowns are 6 for running backs and receivers, and 4 for quarterbacks, which I think is a little weird, but whatever. So he would have at least gotten like, oh my God, what did he get? Because it's like the person that has Derrick Henry isn't in the playoffs anymore. So I don't know how much fantasy points he would have gotten. He would have gotten 34 fantasy points in my Super Bowl league.
Yeah, monster game. 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's crazy. 39 carries. Career high for Derrick Henry.
And John Harbaugh. I'm sorry. Thank you for actually using Derrick Henry, because there is a possibility that if you sat him the last drive like you've done the last couple weeks, you could have lost.
No,
I mean,
Malik was hurt. Malik got hurt right before that, so that was a tough loss for him, for the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Now both their quarterbacks are hurt, but Jordan Love is probably going to be back next week. So, but they're going to sit him anyways because they're in the playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
So they're probably just going to rock out with who was that? Toon was his name?
Yeah, I don't even know what his name
Toon.
was.
He threw. He went 1 for 4 with 8 yards and an interception.
His first pass was an interception.
Yeah.
But going into the next topic, game of the week. I think it's tonight's game. I think it's
it's ours.
I think
it's
it's
ours
the Bears
and Bills and Eagles.
I think it comes down to, you know what? I think you're right. I think it comes down to both those games. I think it's the Bills and Eagles or the Bears and 49ers.
And I'm going to say something. I think the Eagles win.
Do we want that?
I don't think if we win, it doesn't matter. Well, even if we lose and the Eagles win, we're still ahead of them.
Mm-hmm. Because we won.
We got the head-to-head over them, so it doesn't really matter. But I think the Eagles win. I'm just gonna say this. I'm putting this out there.
I mean, why don't we go into both those games, because both those games are very good. I mean,
and then there's one more that's probably game of the week too. Seahawks Panthers. I think that's more biased towards us.
Probably.
Because if the Seahawks lose to the Panthers, which the Panthers win these games that they're not supposed to.
That is 100%.
They have been doing that all year. So if somehow the Panthers and Bryce Young pull it out and win, I'd be thanking them. Only if we win.
We all Bears fans would be thanking them, trust me.
And then we got to root for the Niners. Week 18. Because the Seahawks lose out, we win out, we're in.
Oh. So that's how we get the number one seed?
That's how we get the one.
So we have to win out.
Or if we win out and the Seahawks win this one and lose to the 49ers, I think we can still get the one.
I think we can still get the one that way. But going into what you were saying, I mean, the Eagles and Bills are at 325, and then we're at 720. So the NFL world knew that these four teams were going to be good somehow. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that the NFL is scripted. I don't believe it.
Sometimes I do.
I mean, there's arguments out there that could definitely.
It 100% isn't, obviously, but sometimes I do think it's scripted.
In moments, you're like, really? How does this happen? Like, if it's not scripted, how did the Bears come back from 14 points down or how did the Bengals come back from 14 points down and yet the Bears still win? I don't like that. That is one of those games where I'm like, maybe the NFL is scripted, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Eagles are 10-5 and the Bills are 11-4. The over under or the total on that is 44.5, which for both those respective teams is kind of low.
It's very low. I feel like it should be like 49.5.
And the spread is Buffalo -3. I'm gonna give the edge to Buffalo. I will say that, but -3 is low. I think this is like a. Oh no! Wait, I'm sorry. No, that's actually about right, because I think this could be like a 2 or 2-point game. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I think, and I think it could hit the over personally. It all depends on how the Eagles' offense looks.
I mean, it's 44.5. That's low for both these teams. I mean, that's only 22. That's only 23 points each. So that's not bad. But who do you think has the edge in the Bills Eagles game?
The Bills, I think, are a better team just because they have Josh Allen.
Mhm.
He's their offense, and James Cook has been insane this year.
Yes, he's
But here's the thing, and this is gonna go off like kind of like the scripts where you think it's a little scripted. Saquon's 156 yards away from, I think, $1 million or something.
something like that. Yeah, I saw that.
He's gonna get it, and he's also 2 touchdowns away. He's gonna.
If he doesn't get it today, he'll get it next week. I'll tell you that.
He's gonna get it, and I'm saying this because I don't think the Eagles will play their starters next week.
That's a possibility.
So
That is a
because
possibility.
they don't really have a shot whatsoever at the 1 seed. So they're locked into 3.
Really?
Yeah, their position's locked.
I mean, I'm gonna give the edge to the Bills too, but you know, again, anything can happen in football. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I think the Eagles probably come out with the win there. Unless Josh Allen plays some magician type football like he
A 6
does.
touchdown game.
Yeah. But it's just because it's hard to bet on the Bills, even though they do win games. Don't get me wrong. They do win games. Obviously, they're 11-4. But them not having a receiver is so tough.
That's true. And Keon Coleman is just, I don't know, something is like wrong in his head or something.
Yeah.
Not like nothing. I don't think that he's like necessarily like doing drugs or anything like that.
No.
But like he has been a healthy scratch like the last like 3 weeks for the stupidest of reasons, like being late to practice. What
I don't know, but I
honestly,
know like Shakir is good. He's good, but like he's not a 1, and he's been their
probably a
1.
2. He's
Yeah.
probably a 2.
Yeah, but it all, like I said, it all depends on how that Eagles offense is ran.
Mhm.
So if it's run good, it's still the Eagles. They could compete with any team
Mhm. No,
if they
I
run their
completely
offense
agree
fine.
with you. Now, why don't we go into the game that we are very excited to watch?
Yeah.
Which I mean, in all fairness, I will say this: I would be very excited to watch the Bills and Eagles game, but us being Bears fans, tonight is a very exciting game. Yesterday the Bears did clinch the North, which was awesome. So the Bears won the North, and nothing can change that. You know, even if the Packers win out, nothing happens. They're at 10. Their max wins will be at 10. And the Lions are
Lions are eliminated.
eliminated. And the Vikings just nothing. But
Hear me out. Vikings have a winning season though.
do you think they could win their next 2 games?
Well, they just beat the Lions, so now they're even, and then I think the Packers sit their starters and the Vikings win.
So that would mean that
And they ruin their
Packers
draft pick.
would be 9, 7, and 1, and the Vikings would be 9 and 8.
Mm-hmm. And the Lions will finish 9 and 8. I think everyone in the North has a winning record.
Well, that's not that. I mean, I'm not going to be. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. So there are some important snippets a little bit for tonight's game. Darnell Wright did catch the sickness that everyone is getting in the Bears locker room, or well, not everyone, but a couple of people in the Bears locker room are getting. And I asked a Bears beat reporter, "Do you think it's likely that Wright plays today?" And he said, "I would bet not, and trust Theo." Oh.
Now hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Do we put Ozzy at right?
Well, then who would you put at left?
Theo.
You'd put Theo at left? If I'm being honest, man, here's what I'd do. I'd kick out Joe Tooney to left tackle, put Luke Newman at left guard, and I'd probably put Ozzy at right tackle.
Yeah, but here's my thing with Tooney at tackle. It's too small.
I don't know. Whatever they do, I'm gonna support. But
Well, obviously, I mean, it's not our call. It's their call. It's like they think this is right for us to win. Yeah, 100%. Go ahead.
holy
But-
crap! Okay, this is not good. Bears have now added DJ Moore and Olamide Zacchaeus to the injury report with illness. But they're already there, so they're probably going to play.
Nice. We got Luther and Jade Walker.
Hey, I'm going to say this. I have to start both Luther and Jade Walker as two of my wide receivers. So if that means that the both of them are going to get a bulk of the targets and possibly get the touchdowns, I will take it.
You know what? You know what I think that means?
What?
Monungai and Swift both 100+ yards.
Well, Swift is only like I
He's
want to say
8 yards away.
Oh, 8. Never mind. And I think
I'm pretty sure.
Monungai is only like 130 from the rookie record held by Gale Sayers, but I'm not sure about that.
Oh, my bad. Swift is 7 yards away.
I love that. I love that you said my bad when you're one off. But why don't we go into the toilet bowl game of the week? And there's only one. There's only one answer for this game. And that answer is the Raiders and Giants. Because this game determines who gets the first overall draft pick. And I'm going to say it. I think it's going to be the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be the ones with the first overall pick. And why don't we go into that a little bit more? Michael,
Because, well, like, who do you pick at what? Like, do you pick Mendoza?
here's my question to you before you go into the question that you just asked me. Okay, so Pete Carroll is the head coach of the Raiders right now. Do you think he gets another year to start a rebuild? I don't.
I do, because I think he drafts right.
But can you? Okay, Pete Carroll, when he was signed as the Raiders head coach, he was only given a 3-year deal. Can you imagine the Raiders giving him another contract after this one is over? If he gets a second year with the Raiders?
No, but I think they'll keep him just because he's been in the league so long that he knows how to draft, and he has drafted right.
I do agree with you that he knows how to draft 100%. But
like, he hit on DK in the second round.
That's true.
He got Russ.
Yeah. It's just I don't know if he necessarily wants to. I mean, he's going to have to if he gets another shot. But I just don't know necessarily if he wants to break in another quarterback. I think that's the ultimate reason that he traded for Geno Smith.
Yeah, that's why I was like saying, like, do you pick, like, if you're the Raiders, do you pick Mendoza, or do you keep Geno and go with the best talent out there?
Well, okay. Now let me ask you this question: Who is the best talent in this draft class?
Honestly, this draft class, I have no idea. Like, this is something you ask, like Zan is very good with college. Like, even Ben, like Ben was here, but he's on vacation.
Yep.
Ben knows a
Ben
lot about college.
would probably be very, very verbal right now if he was
Nick
here.
is pretty good with Nick is good with college. Like, we got good people who know college football like that. But like,
I need to get better at it.
yeah, I've been learning, but I know a lot for the 27 draft class. So like next year, I'll be pretty knowledgeable
Yeah,
with
I should
that just because
probably
I
start
pay attention to skill positions. Like I'll pay
like
attention to wide receivers,
quarterbacks,
a
tight
little
ends.
bit of quarterbacks, tight ends, running backs, obviously. But like the best talent is uh, Ju- Julian Love or J- Love,
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Love.
Love. Yeah, he's the best talent in the draft. They don't need a running back.
They don't need to run. Yeah, I
Giants
mean,
don't need a running back.
yeah, that's true.
Would I take Jeremiah Love over Cam Skadabu? Yeah, but you don't need to.
That's a fair point. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happens with the Raiders if they, if they get the first overall pick, you know. But I will say this: whoever is the next Giants head coach is going to be very enticed by the number 2 pick
Yeah,
because I mean, and honestly, I'm going to say this: I think that whoever is the head coach and possibly the next GM, I don't know that for sure. Joe Shane could stay around. But whoever is the next head coach for the Giants, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Look to trade number 2 because you have your quarterback. You need extra capital to help your quarterback. You,
yes,
you, you need you need offensive linemen. You need wideouts. You need defense. There's so many more pieces that you need that trading the number 2 overall draft pick it might not get you as much capital as number 1 in certain years, but it will still get you at least 2 first round draft picks, maybe a third round draft pick, and maybe a player. If you can get that for the number 2 overall draft pick, you are setting your franchise up for the future in a right way as long as you draft correctly.
yeah.
But here's my
Like
thing.
this draft class is defense. Like this is a defensive class.
And in terms of our fandom with the Bears,
It's great,
this
great
is
for us.
this is the best time to need defense because there is a lot of defensive talent in this draft class. I mean, I'm going to say this. I think our first two draft picks, this year need to be defensive end and a safety.
I'm also gonna say this, just because we did on our podcast yesterday. If the Raiders are rebuilding, where I think Max Crosby's gone, and I think the Bears do everything they can to get him.
I am going to side with you,
And
man. I think that is a totally realistic option.
and I was talking with all my friends yesterday because we were at my buddy's house, but uh, one one of my friends made a very good point. He's like, if you're in the position with a rookie contract at quarterback and you're going to the playoffs like this, you do anything in your power to go get an edge rusher like that. So like if that's trading 3 first round picks, I'm all for it. If that wins us a Super Bowl, I'm all for it.
And
What are we planning for the future? That's what I'm thinking. You're
I'm also
playing for
going to
right
say
now.
I'm also going to say this. I'm also going to say this. If Ben Johnson can keep like this type of play up for his whole tenure in his first contract, we're going to be picking in the 20s all those
Exactly.
picks.
exactly. Like
So
that's the
really,
point.
and yes, when we did trade for Khalil Mack, our draft pick was Josh Jacobs, but I just think that was a luck of the draw, with
100%.
where he went. Not every draft class is going to have a deep at every position. When we traded for Khalil Mack, it was just the luck of the draw that Josh Jacobs ended up there, and honestly, when you look at it, wasn't 2018 also the year that
That's
John
the year we
Gruden?
got Monty. So it's like we hit on a running back anyways.
Yeah. So we were fine. And
Yeah.
wasn't 2018 the year that or 2017, wasn't that the year that John Gruden drafted Alex Leatherwood or something?
That was 2020.
That was 2020. Okay. I'm a little
That was
ahead.
the Burrow class.
Okay. So who was John Gruden's first draft pick? Because John Gruden was there in 2017, right?
2017. I have no idea who they drafted 2017.
So one was Josh Jacobs. Was the other Henry Ruggs?
Henry Ruggs was 2020 as well. They had two
Okay,
firsts.
I guess I'm off a little bit. But if we're picking in the mid 20s for the next 3 to 4 years with Ben Johnson, and you want to go out and get Max Crosby, and the only way that you could do that is trading 3 first round draft picks, I trust you. I trust you more than any of our previous head coaches.
Yeah, and even going for a guy like Myles Garrett too. Like go out there and try.
That
See
would
if
probably cost
obviously they're not still. You're going for a Super Bowl. Like obviously we have to see how this playoff run goes.
right.
Obviously. But like if you think like say we make it to NFC Championship
Mm-hmm.
and we're one playoff from winning and going to the Super Bowl. Or say we do go to the Super Bowl, a hypothetical scenario, we go to the Super Bowl with this team and we realize we have no edge rush, which has kind of been the thing. Montez has been stepping up, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But if
He
that's
needs
like
a partner. He needs a partner.
yes, if that's your big concern where we have no edge rush, no run defense, no nothing, you go out, you trade 3 to 4 first rounders to get that guy. And they're not young, but they're also not old, and they can play for another 5-6 years anyways.
Here's the thing with what you just said about their age. Khalil Mack is 35.
Yeah.
He has. Let me look this up.
He is still playing very good.
I want to get the correct stat here. So I'm looking up his stats right now.
Last year he had 6 sacks in one game.
He has in 2025. He has 6 sacks. He's got 6 sacks this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be his last year, but for reference, the dude had 17 in 2023. I have no idea why.
2023 was the year he had 6 sacks in one game.
I have no idea why right now 2024 is not listed. But
I think he was injured last year, I think.
Let me go into his stats on ESPN. So he had okay, so 2024 he played 16 games last year. 2024 and still got 6 sacks. But in 2023 he had 17 sacks. I mean, the dude has 113 sacks in a 12-year career. I mean, that means that he is averaging like 10 sacks a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the dude is 35. So,
Yeah,
well, no,
it's
34. 34, but still.
yeah, it's just someone like those guys. If they're on these bad teams, they don't think they can win. You go and trade. You go and
Yeah,
trade. You trade 2 to 3 first round picks.
and honestly, the guys that are on bad teams are Myles Garrett and Max Crosby. So, it's 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 in the realm of possibility. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, now let me ask you this question. This is hypothetical, but let's just say that we are one and done in the playoffs. I will admit I don't think that's the situation. I imagine that this team goes at least 2 games into the playoffs. But if we're a one and done and we're the 2 seed where we get miraculously knocked out by the Packers, let's just say that. Do you still pull the trigger?
Yeah.
On a trade like that?
Yes.
Okay. I trust you. I trust you.
I think just because we're in the playoffs, we did it without an edge rusher for most of the year. Sweat has, like I said, Montez has been playing good recently. But like, if we could go out, get that guy, and you don't have to worry about a first round pick. You're just gonna hit on your second, thirds, like stuff like that. And Poles has been hitting on those.
And honestly, also, I think the other thing that we have to consider is the fact that he Poles is hitting on them, but he also has a huge upgrade in the help to hit on those because he's got Ben Johnson, the head coach, which is leaps and bounds better than Matt Eberflus. I mean, it's pretty evident that is true because I'm pretty sure that Matt Eberflus might be on his way out of the Cowboys because I don't think that you would go from coaching on the sideline to coaching in the booth if something wasn't wrong.
He can't see a field. I think that's what it is. But
Well, that could also be the case.
maybe they just put him up there so he can actually see the field.
But also, I mean, we mentioned this in our podcast yesterday. There is a possibility of a couple of Bears coaches leaving for promotions. Al Harris is probably going to get a DC job somewhere. In fact, I'm going to just come out and say this. That's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm going to also I'm going to put out a possible place. I think that he goes back to Dallas and becomes the DC there.
That'd be something.
I don't necessarily know if it's going to happen, but that's a realm of possibility. I could imagine Eric Bieniemy possibly going back to KC as the OC if Matt Nagy gets a head coach job somewhere.
Do you think Matt Nagy will get a head coach job?
He's on the short list for some of the openings.
Yeah, I mean, there's not crazy amount of talent right now for head coaches, so I guess go out, get Matt Nagy. You know who would be perfect for Matt Nagy?
The Titans.
The Jets.
The Jets won't
go out and kill a Bears. Go out and kill another Bears guy.
The Jets won't fire Aaron Glenn and make him a one and done. As much as probably Nick and a lot of the Jets fans might want it, I don't think it's possible. I wonder if Nick will put a comment in the comment section. I don't think he will because I don't know if he's watching this. But
you know what could be another toilet pool game? Just because we kind of went off topic there.
Yeah.
Just because I was looking at it, I think this Cardinals-Bengals game could either be a shootout or very ugly.
I hope it's at least a shootout for the Bengals because, dude, I've got to play. I'm
By
playing
by
Joe
very
Burrow.
ugly, I mean it's like one-sided.
And please tell me that it's one-sided for the Bengals.
100% for the Bengals. You've Joe Burrow.
Thank you, because I want him to have another game like last week where he had 309 and 4 touchdowns. I would love a game like that.
I think T will get you a touchdown. So, but do we have another topic after this?
Yeah, we got favorite games of the week, and we've also got fantasy playoffs and bets, so we're in a good spot.
Well, I know favorite games, obviously,
The
the Bears, Niners,
Niners won.
Bills, Eagles. Those are games of the week. They're also are my favorites. But then also another like sneaky favorite. I don't know why, but this game's kind of enticing me just a little. I think this is because I do like the Saints, and I said they'll go over their
Saints and
win total.
Titans.
Yeah, I said they'll go over their win total of. I think at the start of the year they were 5.5. I think the Saints come out win, get over on their win total.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I love the Panthers and Seahawks game.
100%, and I love that not just because if the Panthers win, the Bears have a shot at the 1 seed. It's more because the Panthers win these games.
When
The
they should.
Panthers, yeah, the Panthers make games for some reason, and I guess we just have to tell us that they're like think they're just like a decent team and they'll make the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sorry to really interrupt you there, but Bears right tackle Darnell Wright is en route to Santa Clara. He did not travel with the team Saturday because of an illness. Wright is questionable, and his availability will be a game time decision. He's had a Pro Bowl caliber season, and this is potentially good news. So it's possible that he could play, which is huge.
Yeah, we need him. We need him.
But sorry, getting back to the topics. You know what? I also love the Jaguars and Colts game. I love it.
I think that could be a sneaky one. But the Jags, dude, this Jags team, we've been disrespecting them all season.
We have.
They're a team.
And seriously, it just goes to show how imperative getting the right coach and right staff is.
And you know what I'm going to say? I think the Jags have the same amount, the same chance of coming out of the AFC as the Bills. I think in the AFC, you don't want to see the Jags and you don't want to see the Texans. But you don't want to see those AFC South teams.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right, because the Texans defense, whoever has to play them in the playoffs is screwed. In the first game, at least.
It'll be the 2 seed, and I think right now the 2 seed's the Pats.
The Pats?
Because right, they got the 7. The Texans are 7 right now.
Wait, the Patriots are the number 2 seed?
Yeah, Broncos are 1.
Oh, that's right. I'll say this though, I think the Pats can beat the Texans.
And this is why
not necessarily like as handily as people think, but I think they can beat them.
Dude, it's tough because like with the Texans, it's all about how their offense can score. Like if their offense can score, their defense is going to stop them. Like their defense will stop teams. Yes. And that's why it's scary. Like as you can see, this game yesterday, they scored 2 touchdowns back-to-back drives. And they didn't have to really do anything after that because their defense was so good.
And then they stalled for a while.
Yeah.
But then they won. So But why don't we get into the next couple topics? We've got a little bit left. So fantasy playoffs. I am starting. Let's see here. I'm gonna.
I'll go by games. Let's just go by games.
Sure.
So obviously, if you're on the ESPN app, I'm just going down the game. So Steelers, Browns. I'm not really playing anyone. I wouldn't play anyone in those games. If you have to play Gainwell, or not, Gainwell.
Yeah.
If you have to play him, play him. I wouldn't play anyone personally.
There's one player. Well, not even a player. I play the Browns defense. I'll say that. But
I don't know. The Steelers put up points for some reason.
It's still Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's going to get at least 2 sacks.
Yeah, he is going to break the sack record today. So Patriots, Jets.
Everybody on the Patriots.
I'm starting Drake May. I'm starting Travion Henderson. I'm even starting Diggs.
Against the Jets, that's not surprising.
I'm not starting anyone on the Jets.
Yeah, don't start anyone on the Jets. The Jets don't even have an interception this year. Nick will probably be upset that I mentioned that, but
I might start the Pats defense too.
I have to start the Pats defense because I have them in my Super Bowl.
Saints, Titans. I'm starting Chris Olave. That's the only one.
That's probably about it. Yep, I agree with you there.
Tyler Stroud loves him. So,
who wouldn't love him? So
Derek Carr didn't like him. Threw him hospital balls for 2 years straight.
Okay, that's fair. Colts and Jaguars. Jonathan Taylor. Go ahead.
Starting JT. I'm starting. Hear me out. I'm starting Pierce. Alex Pierce. Philip loves him.
Philip does love him. He had 2 touchdowns last week.
Exactly. I'm starting ETN.
That's a good one.
I'm starting T-Law, unless you have like Josh Allen or
Joe
Burrow, like those type players, or even honestly Caleb. I'd probably start Caleb over T-Law, but I'm starting T-Law. I wouldn't back down from T-Law there.
All right. What about Bucks and Dolphins?
I'm starting You have to start H-An.
Yep, that's a good one.
I'm starting Waddle. I'm sitting Emeka Ibuka. Stay away from Emeka. I don't know what's with him. I'm staying away from the Bucks offense.
So you wouldn't start Chris Godwin?
No. The only one I would probably start is Bucky on the Bucks.
That's probably a good one. Seahawks, Panthers.
Obviously starting Jason. You're starting Ted.
Even though he's sick. There is an argument that you could start Sam Darnold if you needed to.
Yeah, if you don't have like we said, those 4 quarterbacks, you could start Sam Darnold. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'd stay away from running backs in this game. Like I don't really trust them. Yeah, they can go off, but I wouldn't trust them.
Oh yeah.
Cardinals, Bengals.
Joe Burrow.
You're starting Burrow. You're starting Chase.
T. Higgins.
I think you're starting Chase Brown too.
You start everyone on the Bengals offense.
And honestly,
no one on the.
No, there's one. Oh my God, what's his name?
Marvin Harrison.
No, not Marv. Michael Wilson.
That is a good pick.
Jacoby Brissett loves it.
That is a good pick, pal. Just gonna say this. Do not start anybody.
Giants, Raiders. I'm starting Genty.
Okay, start Genty, but that's it.
That's it.
Seriously, that's it. Eagles.
And I'm only starting Genty if I have to.
Eagles, Bills. You could start just about anybody.
And anyone in the backfield for both teams, which is James Cook, Saquon, Hurts, Josh Allen. I would start AJ Brown. if you have to start Devonta Smith, you can. Like, I would start Goddard.
Right.
I wouldn't. Kincaid, maybe. That one's a tough one. Bears, 49ers. I'm starting Caleb.
I'd start Caleb. I'd start if either of DJ or Zacchaeus are out tonight.
I'd start Luther.
I'd start Luther. I have to start Luther. I'd start J.J. Walker.
And I'd start Loveland.
And I would start. Yeah, exactly. You copied everyone. I would start.
Honestly, I would start anyone you can in that game because I think that game's either going to be very, very loose where there's just going to be so much points. Like, obviously, you're not sitting McCaffrey. No one's sitting
McCaffrey ever.
That, I didn't even want to make that up, but I just had to make sure. But that's like the only person you're really starting on the 49ers. Like, you're only starting McCaffrey because Kittle's out.
Kittle could be out.
Unlikely.
So, yeah, really, you don't want to. And he has an ankle injury. So, even if he does play, he plays 70% of the snaps or 80%. So, he is going to be out of the game, a portion of the game at least. I mean, you could start Purdy because Purdy could be that quarterback. But that's about it.
Yeah. And then there's Rams, Falcons. You're starting Stafford.
Everyone starts Stafford.
You're starting Kyron. If you have any. You're starting Puka.
You're starting Bijan.
I think Drake London is playing.
I
would start him. I'd start Pitts too.
I'm going to say this though. I would sit Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, you're not playing Kirk. There's a lot better options. But,
and it's funny because my opponent in the Super Bowl has to play Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's a 14-man league. That's tough there.
But no, but his options were like to get because his quarterback was Lamar Jackson or Phillip Rivers, and he didn't want to start either of them. So,
well, I would start Kirk over Phillip because again, you don't know what you're getting from Phillip. At least you know Kirk is gonna throw a bunch of checkdowns to Bijan, and Bijan go for an 80-yard checkdown.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that's all the games for today and tomorrow. But I mean, this NFL Best Bets is kind of basically like who would you sit and start in fantasy playoffs. But like, do you have any good ones, Michael? I don't bet anymore.
I have. Hold up, it's loading. I did make one. It was I think it's like, I've been doing like on DraftKings, I've been doing like, they got these like made bets that people placed, and I've hit 2 of them I hit 2 on Friday, which was sick. But if it loads, I'll let you know. Oh, there it is. Let's go. Come on.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to load. I mean, we've only got...
Here it is. Here it is. It was there it is. It's loading. I don't remember the picks because I just kind of placed it. It was 3 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Josh Allen and Hurts, both to score a rushing touchdown.
That's possible.
And T-Law.
To score a rushing touchdown?
Anytime touchdown. So, yeah, basically a rushing touchdown.
That's interesting. I hope that's it for you. I don't bet anymore because we just do that. I'm not very good at it. I need to probably ask Michael for some advice if I ever want to get into it because that's a good portion. But I mean, we are at our hour, so
I'm just gonna give a little T-Law stat real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta find him real quick. I don't know what team he's on.
Jaguars.
Yeah. No. I'm in the fantasy app, so that's
Oh, okay.
okay. Give me a sec. Okay, game logs rushing. T-Law has hit the last 2 games and a rushing touchdown.
Wow. That is a little that's good for him.
And he
But
has 7 on the year.
wow, good for him.
Something
But
you don't
we
realize.
are at our hour, so we are gonna be signing off today. I believe that we will see you next week for week 18, and then this also goes into the playoffs. So
Mhm.
you're gonna be seeing us for a good for a good couple of months, at least another
Another month.
month and a half,
Yeah.
because we go until the Super Bowl. So, yeah, see you guys next week.
Later.